Jude Kirton-Darling, Labour MEP for the North East. Well, I think it's it's not just because it's a sunny day here in Coxo, but I think County Durham is really a fantastic place to live and work, and the work done by, for example, Business in Durham and the investment team at County Durham, bringing in new businesses, creating jobs, new ideas for economic development. All of this is putting forward a new agenda for the county, looking at what our opportunities are, what our natural abilities are, and trying to make the most of them. And there are lots of really exciting things going on across the region. Lots of it is at some point has a European dimension with it. The County Durham historically has received a lot of European money, and that's been used to support that inward investment, to support the development of new businesses, to support the development of new jobs, and now we're seeing some of the exciting plans which were developed in the last few years coming to fruition across the county. Well, I think the biggest challenge for County Durham, but really for the whole of the North East, is the government's agenda around austerity cuts and what that means in terms of trying to deliver local services and good local government. The cuts are so deep and severe, and the cuts which will have to be made are really vicious, and that's really the biggest challenge. Alongside that, with Brexit and the exit from the European Union, there's a question about what happens to all of the investment that we previously got from the EU and whether central government will replace it pound for pound. We've been fighting to try and ensure that the government commit to replace every penny that the North East and County Durham was due, because that money is about creating jobs for young people, it's about building new businesses, about economic development. And without it, the challenge of our austerity imposed by Westminster becomes a double challenge, because investments cut off from both of our sources. I think that's the biggest challenge that we're facing. I guess the second challenge that people don't really think about, but is a challenge for a region like the North East, is our ageing society. We're a region of emigration. We very rarely think about it, but lots of our young people, not him yet, but maybe in the future, lots of our young people move away and try and find jobs elsewhere. That's why all of that economic development is so important, to try and create good quality jobs for people in the region, because otherwise our ageing society will become a little bit unsustainable. And that makes the challenge of, in the long term, it's a long-term challenge, all the more worrying, really. So I think they're my two big things: austerity and cuts, and on the other hand, alongside an ageing society. Thanks, Nathan. Well, I think, it's a difficult time at the moment, but Labour is doing its best for the communities that we represent. All of our candidates come from the places that they're standing in. They want to represent their communities to their best. We're a people-orientated party, and it's about trying to make the best of the situation. And I think Labour's agenda in County Durham is the best agenda, and I would just encourage people to go out and vote Labour on the 4th of May.